Today's Saturday, it's the 21st of October 2023, and we've come down to Porto shopping centre today, and Anita's going to go shopping with Angela and have a look around the shops, and well, I'll get up to something a little bit different, so we'll go somewhere else. Anyway, we've got a cup of coffee to start with, and then we'll go off on our little travels separately. See you later.
Cheers.
Well, the girls are going off to do their shopping now in Porto, or at least have a look around the shops, and I'm going to go and do my thing, so see you later.
See you later.
Right, so I'm going to go up these escalators, and I'll let the ladies go off and have a look at their shops. Not my sort of thing, that really. So Porto is now on 3 floors. When it was originally built, it was only on really 2 floors, and now they've sort of expanded onto the top. So I'm going to take a look up there because that's not really anywhere I know. Here you've got the typical sorts of shops, lots of music. Probably going to play havoc with my video. So if it does, it'll end up being cut out. Pandora, it's just got loads of that. Got a tiny little carousel over there. But this is new, this is a new escalator. It's only been in there, I don't know, the last year or two, to take you up to the higher level. So I'm going to have a look. Been an issue with the parking over the last few days when we've been here. They've seemed to have closed off one level. Oh, so it's just led me into an entrance area, and this is actually where the Casino of Mallorca is now. Go out this way. It says exit. There's another gaming area down there, and well, there's an escalator that's not working, so I'm going to go up the steps. I thought this was going to take me on to the next level, but there you go. Luckia Casino. That takes you into the parking, and up we go. So out here we're on street level now. And this part, all the restaurants. We've got McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, Scallop. But down, if we carry on down here, there's some more shops. I'm sure Anita will be wandering around up here later on with Angela. Now this used to be, well, it's still there, it's the cinema again. So the cinema closed down for a while. Now it's open again as a cinema. And we did used to go there quite often. We used to have lots of films in the original language. But don't tend to go there anymore. It tends to be the Rivoli now, or the Cine Ciutat, which pretty much only shows films in the original language. So lots of cafes, places to eat, drink up here. Toys R Us, that may have disappeared in some places, but not here. And here we've got more multi-level, so another level up there. Just going to go to the end of here, it gives us a little bit of a view. Clothes sort of shops. H&M over there. And as we go further along, we find there are more restaurants. Jack Jones. There we got more escalators. We'll take you in, take you down into the shopping centre. Ice cream. Might be a bit early for some of these places. What's this one? It's the Blockhouse restaurant. And Diablitos. I did actually do a video in Diablitos. I think we came here with the grandchildren. We came along here. We drove in. We saw the big ship just to see around the corner there. That's the Aida in front. It's where we used to see the King's sailing yacht. He doesn't have one anymore, not that I know of anyway. And the Guardia Civil. And the lighthouse there really is a curiosity to me. I'd love to go there. It is actually open to the public, but you have to make appointments to go and visit. We never really got round to doing that yet. And then just into the distance, that's the San Carlos Military Museum, which is where I quite often go, just have a walk around, have a look at the harbour, or just have a look at the museum itself. It's an interesting place for me. Just come out in the sun. It's really hot. So I was thinking of taking a walk down to the Paseo Marítimo, but maybe I'm not going to do that. As we drove in, there was another ship in that must have already left. I think, yeah, probably left at 10:30. It was one of these Baleares ships. These are the sort of ro-ro type ships, the roll-on, roll-off ferries that go to the other islands and to the mainland. And well, we use them occasionally if we go over to the mainland with a car. Right, well, I'm going to go and investigate elsewhere, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. I'll just come down a little bit further. This is one of the gyms that are here, and Toys R Us. I thought Toys R Us had gone bust and closed down, but anyway, they're still here in Mallorca. And favourite, obviously, with the kids. All gearing up now for Halloween with all your Halloweeny things, costumes. Spanish culture is very much one of getting dressed up for things like Halloween and Carnival. And a little square here, this is where Anita's actually done performances in the past with the choir over the years. There's the area that Anita used to do the concerts in, but I just walked 10 metres and come across this little chapel, which I must say I've never noticed before, never really seen it. It's in remarkably good condition, so I'm not sure whether it's still used, but the stonework looks very good. But there's no sign or indication of what it is or what it's called. I might need to look this one up, find it on the map. And I'm guessing this is the front, and there's big iron railings here with a gate. Someone is obviously looking after the plants, and the doors are all in very good condition with a nice engraving there, and the coat of arms above the door. Isn't that an interesting find? There we go. Here's me. I was in search of a better view of the boats, the ships, which I always find really quite difficult. So there's a little park here, Baleares. Lots of steps here, going down, and different levels. We can take a little break and carry on down. Nice little park area. Find a little bit of shade. And an area where the children can play. And there's a few benches here, you can sit and relax. But I'm going in search of a better view of the ships that are in port. Now, when I looked at the official ships in port today, there was only one cruise liner on the list, and that was the AIDA, which I think is about 185,000 tons of ship. So a big one, not the biggest. That was in last week, I think. Still a very big one. And everywhere I go along here, I get obstructed by fences or trees. But there it is. And as I've just come down those steps, I've discovered that it's not the only one in port, because there's another one hiding around the corner, which you can't see because of the trees. I need to be up in one of these apartments and having a look down. Anyway, I'm going to go down some steps. Sadly, more horrible graffiti. I do wish we could find some way of getting rid of that. And of course, as we come down here, we get to see all of the work that's going on along the Paseo Marítimo, which was progressing, but it's progressing pretty slowly. So we see here we've got the fenced off area, and the businesses on this side have somehow got to cope with whatever mess there is there. I'm looking for a way to get over to the other side. So someone's speculating here. This is going to be the garage bar, and they're spending a lot of money doing it up. They've got this in front of them. They're obviously banking on the fact that once this is done, it's going to be the place to be. And well, I think they're probably going to be right, actually. But at the moment, this is their front. This is actually, I think, been completed. I think they're ready now to start surfacing this. I think all the pipes and things that needed to be put in place, some of them really quite big things, have all been completed. And now they can just get on with the job of finishing it off. This is the Paseo Marítimo, which is, it's still 4 lanes, 2 lanes in each direction, but no central reservation, so it is a little bit dangerous, and particularly for us pedestrians trying to cross, you've got to wait for that green man. The work on the Paseo Marítimo is not the only major work going on here. Just in front of us and to my left, that's the Club de Mar, which is the yacht club, and that's undergone a massive change. It's in the middle of a massive change. The whole thing was demolished, it was dug out, and they're now going on the reconstruction. So the two things are going side by side, and I think the bar owner there may have it right. This is going to be the in place to be. Another curious building is this one on the right here. This is what was called the Oceanography Centre, so that really got me excited. And there's been questions about what's going on there. So these are the plans for the Paseo Marítimo. This is what's going to be happening, and see, we've got going to end up with these green areas, which will help improve very much the area. Not sure where I should start walking. So here, so here's the artist's impression of what it's going to be like. That's not too dissimilar from what it's like now. It's just going to be expanded. So we've got this now, and then there's going to be all of this more green area. And as we come down here, this is another artist's impression. So there's the road, it's going to be there, and we're going to have this massive walking area in different parts. So that's what it's like now, and that's what it's going to be like. A lot more trees, a lot more palm trees. That's what it's like now, and that's what they hope to make it like. This is a now, and this is what we expect to see. Now. So this is a long-term project. It's going to take another year or two to finish off, and hopefully we'll get to see the benefits eventually. At the moment we've got all of this fencing protecting us from the cars, and that's the area. This is the road we're talking about. This is the Porto is down here. That's all of this area that's going to be remodeled. Right, I'm going to cross over, get into some shade. Because we went into the shopping centre, I didn't take my hat with me, so I need the shade a little bit more than usual. If you're coming by boat, this is the way to the embarking point, going by boat. See there, this is the Oceanographic Centre. But there has been talk about this all going, and what will become of this building. I don't know. If we just look over the other side now, you can see massive construction work that's going on in Club de Mar. I'm not sure what effect this has had on the mega yachts that usually come here. So maybe they've just given Palma a miss this year, although I've just read in the paper this week that there's some more coming, including the former owner of British Home Stores. So Aida's over that way. This is the terminal, the ferry terminal. And there's at least one more, I think maybe two more cruise liners in. So these cruise liners, when they do come, they bring in a lot of money, because the people get off and they'll come ashore, they'll go to the shops, they'll perhaps go for lunch, dinner. Some of them don't leave till quite late in the evening, and they will have left their euros here.
They're walking in.
This one on the left here is a TUI cruise ship, and it looks as though I can actually get fairly close to it. It's that Maltese flag I see on the back. This is the official tour bus, so the clients from the cruise ship can get on the tour bus and see a bit of Palma. say I've never been very impressed by the tour bus. We went on it with the girls and I don't think they were very impressed either. I was excited to go on the bus, but only for the first 10 minutes. You can rent a bike here, so get off the ship and go and rent a bike. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, the whole chain guard just keeps flying off.
Right, so this is actually the control, the police control, so I can't actually go any further than that. But there you can see a huge ship there, which is one of the 2E ones. What does it say? Welcome to Palma. And this is the Port of Palma. Got the doors here, let you in. It says if you want to go to Barcelona, turn left. If you want to go to Valencia, turn right. And this is where you get your embarkation. Oh, I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not going that way.
What is this one?
This is where people coming out. They will come out here if you're on one of these big ships. This is where you come out. They have a nice day, they just come off. That's like a one-way door, you can't go in this way. Taxis here waiting to take people into the town or wherever we want. This is the next part terminal, and this is where you get on the Celebrity X cruises. Maybe I can get a little bit closer. So just over on the side, get a little bit of a better view. Still not great, but that's the AIDA. And there is one over there called the Celebrity X. Got a big X on its funnel at the top there. I wonder if that's a Twitter cruise. Anyway, a little bit closer. You get your ferry tickets. There's a cafeteria in there. Check-ins for the GNV. That looks like a one-way. If you want to go onto the Marella cruises, you go up there. Anita would never forgive me if I disappeared onto a cruise. Right, what's the time? Because I've got to get back to the girls. I'm in a ferry terminal. I'm going to turn this way. Interesting load of police cars there, police vans. So depending on which roll-on, roll-off ferry you're on, sometimes you'll line up here, sometimes on the other side, sometimes on the other side of Palma. So you need to just check. And then of course we do get ferries that come into Alcudia, which is quite handy, particularly somewhere if you're going to Barcelona. It's a shorter boat ride.
Hi there.
Hello. There's all the police cars. I've never noticed them all lined up here. I remember used to seeing them all parked up just before a Stoke City match. All the police cars, they'd all be there in Trenton, and they'd all be ready just in case. hopefully never actually needed. Here's the next little terminal. This is EM3. This is for Baleares. Balearia. So if you're going by ferry. This line here. What does that mean? Means I've got to walk around. Sure. It's another place where the cars queue up to go onto the ships. It's actually been a few years since we've done that, but we are planning next year to take the car onto the ferry and drive across Spain as an Uber. It's been a bit of a controversy. There's a taxi following the Uber, and the taxi drivers and the Uber, well, more the taxi drivers, are up in arms about these Uber that's arrived now on the island. And they have to abide by certain regulations. The taxi drivers have been saying, no, you've not been following the rules. And you have hired a team of private investigators to entrap them. And so they've got a little bit of a case, and so they're taking it to court to see what the outcome is. But for years and years, the taxi drivers have had a great deal of power, particularly with the government, and they've managed to ward off companies like Uber entering the island. Well, eventually that's failed, and now Uber are here, and they're still fighting them. I kind of like to see competition. I guess it has to be fair competition, but competition. Getting to a point where I can see the AIDA a little bit better. How's that? And the other two are just a little bit further over there. Now the AIDA doesn't seem to be belching any smoke out, but the one that says X on it, actually no, that's another one. This side of it is actually belching out some smoke. Actually the TUI one doesn't seem to be belching out smoke, so yeah, 3 marks for cleanliness there. Seems to be the ro-ros that are giving off the smoke. We're in a port, and that's what gives us the pollution here. One of the coaches dispatched to give the people on board the ships a little bit of a tour of the island, or a welcome, and take them into the city centre. Usually get dropped off near to the cathedral, and so they can actually see the island. A bit tricky there. But yes, really, I don't know whether they should be having cyclists on a footpath. But they do come along here. It's, in some parts is very, very narrow. So earlier on, when I was coming out of Porto, I was up next to that apartment block on the terrace up there, looking down here at the harbour, at the boats down here, the lighthouse, and the Guardia Civil boats, which are a little bit further ahead in front of us. That's the Porto centre. If you can see, but up ahead on the right hand side there's a queue of cars that are trying to get into the Porto centre, and the problem is they've closed the upper entrance, so top level of parking you can't actually get into and you can't actually use, I don't think. So all the cars have got to come in at the bottom, and we came early just after they'd opened, so we had no issue. But I guess the busier times, and well, it's now coming up to 11:30. There's already quite a queue forming to get into the Porto centre. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Obviously, some considerable work on the upper level parking. See, there's now a queue on the ramp to come down and get off. A little bit of a sports car convoy there. I was doing a video, I think it was on, I don't know, Thursday or something. I'm talking about the temperatures plummeting from 28 down to 24. Yeah, I know some of you smiled at that. It's quite a plummet, isn't it, that 28 to 24? Well, it's now settled down a little bit. We're expecting temperatures around about 23, maybe 24 today, which is really nice, really comfortable. We're enjoying these temperatures at the moment. But today's Saturday. By Monday, Palma's predicted to have temperatures back up to 27 degrees. It's getting a bit warm for October again, as we now into the second half of the month. So what's happening now at this junction is that cars coming from the Andrach have to come round like a big roundabout, and they want to go into the Porto, but they can't get into the queue because the cars are full from this side. and that causes a bit of a problem actually on this intersection, and we've seen cars backed up right to the middle of the intersection. We've got a green man here. Green man says I can go. Cars here have to stop. So you can see how the cars there are all sort of backing up, trying to get into this queue, which as soon as I'm across here, cars will go and fill it up, and now they're backed up. And the queues in the next hour or so is probably going to get longer and longer. Well, I'm going to go into the Porto centre now and catch up with the ladies.
But obviously there are like the turns, yeah? So
Well, thanks very much for watching, and if you haven't sent me a photograph or video for our Christmas special, then there's still lots of time. I'm not going to close this off until certainly mid-December, maybe later, so hopefully we'll get lots of pictures, videos, and I don't really mind, so long as it's suitable for me to put up there. I will put your videos up. Some names would be good if you can tell me who's in the pictures, where it is, and just a little bit of information about it, and I'll put together a little bit of a slideshow as a little bit of a Christmas present from us. So thanks very much for watching from the Porto Centre and the local area, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.